All right, here we go. Conflict without words, an activity for Craig's mindfulness class. Without words. This is a mindful expression project. Conflict's not just something that happens between people, it's something that happens inside of us first. Our bodies react before our words do. So mindfulness helps us notice those reactions, pause, and respond with more awareness instead of automatically reacting. This project's designed to help you slow down. Notice how conflict shows up in your body and mind, and explore how mindfulness can change that experience. The goal is not to solve a conflict or decide who is right, but to build awareness of what happens inside of you and how you can meet conflict with more presence. It's so important. So, what are we doing, or what are you doing? So, in this project, you're going to explore conflict using both writing and nonverbal expression. You'll begin with a written reflection, create a two-part nonverbal expression of conflict and mindfulness, and then finish with a written reflection. The creative portion of the project is mostly nonverbal, meaning you'll show the experience of conflict and mindfulness without using dialogue or written storytelling. This project focuses on how conflict feels in your body and mind, not on explaining what happened or who was right. So it's really non judgmental, right? So the first part is a written reflection, that conflict awareness. So you're going to begin by writing a short reflection, about a paragraph, describing how conflict usually feels for you internally. And I'll pause here and I'll let you finish reading this on your own. Um, but the big thing here is talking about how conflict feels, not about a moment where you felt conflicted or anything like that, but conflict in general, what it does to your body. And I've given you an example here. So when conflict begins, I usually feel it internally before anything is said out loud. My body tightens up, especially in my shoulders and chest, and my breathing becomes shallow without me realizing it at first. There's kind of this restless energy that makes it hard to stay grounded, like my nervous system is bracing for something. Sometimes they call that fight or flight, and I like that term because you're ready to either go or go at somebody or run away. Right? Emotionally, I feel a mix of tension and urgency, even if the situation itself isn't dramatic. My mind starts moving faster than my body, but it's my physical response that tells me first that conflict has arrived. So you're going to write a paragraph similar to that, right? So step two is to choose a nonverbal format. So how are you going to express what this conflict is like for you? You can use photos or images. You can draw what that conflict looks like inside of you. You can use digital art or movement, like writing a video or a written description of movement, like what that does, or music or sound. Choose the format that feels most comfortable or interesting to you. You do not need to be artistic or creative in the traditional sense. Simple, clear choices often work the best. And then you're going to create part A, that before mindfulness feeling, that what it is. So this part should feel tight, fast, heavy, overwhelming, or uncomfortable in some way, depending on how conflict feels to you, right? uh, and then you're going to pause, breathe, think about the next step. And the next step is that shift that you make when you use mindfulness, when you move to a state of calmness. um, that doesn't mean that the conflict is gone by any means. It just shows that you're aware of the conflict, that you're working on the conflict, that you're calming yourself, you're grounding, and you're getting to a new place so you can engage with that conflict, right? The contrast between before and after is what matters the most. And then once you figure that out, once you do create part B, you're going to put it all together in one clear format. So, and I'm going to show you what I did here real quick. So, this is this part of it. And this is my conflict without words. And it's a mindfulness playlist that I made here for you. And I think, well, there is a link on this. I actually have included this on the actual document where you upload the instructions, so you can kind of see, you can actually access this playlist. But it's music that reflects this before mindfulness feeling for me, and it's music that reflects it afterwards. So there's a definitely tone shift in the types of songs and that are on this playlist that I created. Um, but it's just that's a thing for me. I'm not a musician by any means, but I love listening to music. And so that's the route that I chose here. Then in step 7, you're going to have a final written reflection by answering the following questions. What did conflict feel like in your body? What changed? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I wrote this here. So pause the video, read through this. I'm not going to read it to you right now, but it'll really help you understand what you're going to do. At the end, you're going to put them all together into one document. You can do it on Canva like I did here for this presentation, or you can just kind of put it on Word doc, or whatever medium you're using to express yourself. Tie it all together in one thing. All right. And I don't know if I ever tell you enough jokes. So I've decided that I like yoga so much because it's just basically adult nap time with stretching. My favorite pose is Savasana, which is the ending pose where we just lay there for 5 minutes and we do nothing but bring it all back together. Any questions? Let me know.